Welcome to Have a Seat with Petra. In this video, I will admit to you how I got across the border in my car. And I have you to promise me you won't do it like that, because as easy as it was, it has long-lasting consequences. Okay, here we go. I came from northern Arizona and I had packed my rather new Subaru Crosstrek Sport with my two dogs. And of course, they always have more luggage than I do, and the essentials of life. And I drove towards the border of Nogales because that is the closest to us via Phoenix. So I thought, okay, it's very early in the morning. I have time to park the car and get my TIP right there at the border. I had taken care of my car insurance already, so I thought I'm well prepared. As I approached the border, there was not that much traffic. And while I was looking for a parking space, they waved me through. And I thought, boy, that was easy. That's wonderful. Not really. So then I drive and drive and drive. You know, it takes 3 days to get from Phoenix and north of Phoenix to Lake Chapala, where I wanted to go. And I have heard never drive during the dark and always stay on toll roads. By the way, at the end of this video, I give you a maybe life-saving tip about the toll road that you have to know. And I haven't heard this on any video YouTube that I have looked at. Most people don't know it. Okay, so I'm driving and I get stopped twice by the police, black trucks and machine guns and all that. And it was kind of scary. And they asked me for something, but I didn't understand what they meant. So I shrugged my shoulders and said, and they waved me through. Thought, no problem, right? So, okay, I arrive in Lake Chapala. Everything is fine. It was kind of a pleasant drive. And in the next days, I'm starting to set up my bank accounts and so on. And I researched which bank is one of the best and so on. But they told me, you are an illegal immigrant. I said, what? Yes, you have no proof of point of entry to the country. You know, when you fly, you don't think of it because they stamp it and everything is fine. And living in Arizona, you are used to crossing the border because you are a neighboring state and you go shopping and you go back in the late afternoon with your medication that you bought in Mexico or whatever. So I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. And said, what do you mean? What do I do now? Not only that, but my Crosstrek Subaru from 2019, it was 2019, was not allowed to be imported. There are certain car brands that you cannot import to Mexico, and they cannot be newer than a certain year. So I thought, what do I do now? So I knew I had to bring back the car to Arizona or to across the border. So I started on Facebook the sales PR that on that day my car would be for sale and be shown in the parking lot in front of the Chase Bank and so on and so on. And then came the day when I had to leave and drive back. By now, I was so nervous that anybody stops me. I also didn't enjoy exploring the area in my car because I didn't want to put more mileage on it or, heaven forbid, get a ding and then I can't sell it. So I drove back. Not as pleasant as on the way down because I was a nervous wreck. So I'm coming to the border and there were those long lines, of course, and the closer you get, you see the German Shepherd sniffing around the cars and other cars that get totally dismantled. and the people have their belongings on the sidewalk. It was terrifying. So when I got to my border lady in her little booth, I tried to distract her. I said, "What would you like to see? My German passport, my American green card, and I had a third identification. Oh, yeah, my American driver's license." And she was a little puzzled. So she said, "Where are you coming from?" And I just gushed, "What a wonderful country you have here, and all the fresh food, and blah, 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 blah." I tired her out, and she asked me again something that had to do with my visa or something. And again, I managed to compliment her out of her question. So I got through. And when I left the border, I saw far away the pancake, American pancake or a waffle or whatever, I can't think of the name right now, on those big pillows. And I just drove there and had a sugar fix because I was so stressed out. So don't do it like that. And also, you have to know what most people don't. There are services who offer to drive your car down to where you want to go with or without you, with your cars and with your dogs in the car or without. That's wonderful. But it costs quite a penny. The companies I researched charge around $5,000, and you still have to pay your own hotel and so on and your food. But they don't check if your car can be imported. And that's okay if you are planning like a 180-day visa, 6 months, and you drive your car back again. Because remember, you have to have a TIP, a temporary import permit, to bring your American plated car into Mexico. And they do that so that you don't sell it in Mexico. So in the TIP, it tells you you have to drive the car back. So let's say you get your car nationalized, which is the process when the car is allowed to be imported. It's still not that easy. Or let's say, like my dear friend, he gets his car crashed, but he has to bring the car back to America. Well, no, there are exceptions. There is a company, a TIP related service in Mexico City where you send the proof that the car is undrivable and you get out of that. But I will address the TIP and how you get it online in the next video. And you have to read it carefully because there are restrictions that most people don't know. Who gets the TIP, in what name, who's driving the car, etc., etc. We do that in the next video. So don't do what I did. It's terrible. Bye. See you next time. I knew I forgot something. I promised you to tell you what possible life-saving tip I have for driving on toll roads. And really, hardly anybody knows that. When you go through the booth to pay your toll and they give you a receipt, on the back of that receipt is a telephone number for the Green Angels that cover that segment of the highway. So you don't have to be afraid. They are there in pretty fast, and they help you with whatever you need. That was very reassuring to know for me, and I'm sure for you too. Okay, that's it. Bye.